It's the Dep Lewis Show. The Dep Lewis Show. It's the Dep Lewis Show. It's the Dep Lewis Show. The Dep Lewis Show. It's the Dep Lewis Show. It's the Dep Lewis Show. The Dep Lewis Show. It's the Dep Lewis Show.
Welcome to the best show that you'll ever know. It's the Dep Lewis Show, and this is episode 51. This is your host, Dep Lewis, and today is Sunday, October 1st, 2023. Welcome to October. Get your Oktoberfest stuff. You can get all your decorations now officially, and no one will judge you. You can fully fall into everything fall now, and it's acceptable across the universe. So that is good to know. And welcome to the show. It's Dep Lewis Show, and it's a great day to be here. A great day to talk about video games and much more. So that's what we're here to do, and I appreciate you joining today. So welcome. All right. So the first order of business: tell you some things to do to help improve this show and keep it on the right track of trending upwards to infinity and beyond. Follow Dep Lewis Show everywhere. Like, subscribe, rate, comment, review, turn on notifications, tell a friend. Email any questions or feedback to DepLewisShow@gmail.com. Full episodes of Dep Lewis Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, YouTube, Patreon, and more on my Buzzsprout page. Basically anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find Dep Lewis Show. Clips are on YouTube and TikTok. Twitch.tv/Dep Lewis Show is a great place to follow. And then the best place to follow and support the show is patreon.com/DepLewisShow. I will talk about this longer at the end and have some more info there. So please look forward to that, and please consider joining that as well. So welcome to the show where I tell you, it's a weekly show, once a week on Sunday. And I tell you about all the video game things I've been doing during the week, video games I've been playing, video games I've been buying. And then I tell you about all the video game news and happenings I've been seeing. And then I give you some other miscellaneous thoughts as well. So that is the breakdown of the show, just so you know. So we have the first section, the what I've been playing section. We have a couple games to talk about there this week. I've been playing a few different games. The mid section, we're going to talk about some news. We got some releases. We got some announcements. We got a retirement. And then we're going to talk about let me give you a quick look at the October video game release calendar games that are interesting to me, since there's a lot of those. And it's the beginning of October. So I want to set the stage for the month. And we'll have a great month of video games. That's the plan. And then the miscellaneous talk section today, just have some sports I want to get into. So should be a brief section there, but stick around for some good sports talk to enjoy the worldwide world of sports. So that's the plan. So welcome to the show. That's basically what I want to say. Episode 51. Next week is going to be the great episode 52, where I've hit a year of doing this. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I don't know if I'll plan anything extra special for the show, but possibly I will. So I'll be considering that in the next week. So, you want to listen to this show and the next one, and, go stream the back catalog as well, and, just help out the show in every way that you can, because I would appreciate it. So let's talk about the show structure. So we did that already. So we got the 3 sections, and then let's get into notes from last show. I just want to reiterate this note. I'm trying to make a great audio experience for you out there, since this is an audio-only podcast, and I want to make it a good listening experience. So just a note to myself to watch my ands and my ums and my mic noises. I need to do better. I need to slow down in general is probably good advice. That's what I've written here. And a good reminder to do again if no other notes is what I said. So I think this is a good reminder. So I'm trying to get better on the speaking part. In 51 episodes, I hope I've done so. But there is always room for improvement. So that is the plan here on the show. So thank you for bearing with me. Hope you had a great week, and hope you played a lot of games. And I'm going to tell you about the games I've been playing. So first section of this show, what I've been playing. We're going to start off with the number 2 best game of the year for 2022, Vampire Survivors. This game, I love this game. It's getting up there. One of my favorite games ever. It has to be. And this game is now doing some stuff I haven't seen before. So that is pretty amazing as well. I'm playing the Switch version. I think that's the best version of this game. I've enjoyed playing it the most. I've played it the most. I'm playing it handheld. I'm playing on my TV. It's all very enjoyable. And I think I'm maybe over the 25-hour mark in this now on the Switch. So I'm really cooking over here. I'm getting some stuff done, and the game is throwing some crazier stuff at me too. This game is doing some pretty trippy stuff, and I've heard crazy things changing in this game, alluded to before, but I haven't really seen it come to fruition yet. But I'm seeing this game doing some trippy stuff. I was sitting out on my porch playing this handheld, and I thought the game was messing up, but no, the game was just really doing some different things, messing with your expectations a little bit of what's going on. So it was pretty neat. I think it might have been in particular to this level I was playing. It was very cool. There was a level on the map, and this level changes. So I'm just not sure what I was seeing here, but I think that's very cool that it's it's that out there. But the map is a map, and you're doing your normal upgrades as you're going through your run, so you can get your weapon evolutions. But then there are also a ton of weapons and items on the map, and they're close by. So it's basically you can, have anything you want, have any combo you want. So I was working towards all my weapon evolutions, and then I just, I did those normally. So I was getting I had the whip, and I'd go look and find the hollow heart, and that was easy to find. So, I did 6 of those combos, just normally. I was like, okay, cool. I know where the bracer is. I can get the knife or whatever. And so I was able to get my weapon evolutions, pretty easily. And then I decided to go pick up an item and see if I can add an additional item, and you can. And then you can evolve not evolve those as well, but you can upgrade them as well. So I had, 20 or whatever items in one run, and it was crazy. And then crazy things happened on the map, and I think I beat the level, but, I really don't know. So this game is too much fun, is all I want to say. I love this game. The weapon evolutions are still key, so go listen to the last episode if you want some more details on that, and I'll probably tell you some more in the future as I unlock new items. But Vampire Survivors, it's just a really great game. It's going to be the de facto last ranked game of the year on my game of the year list for Dep Lewis Show for 2023, just because I want to give it an honorary spot, even though it's not a brand new game this year. But, love Vampire Survivors. Please go play it. I'm going to be doing so, and I don't think I'm going to stop. Been a whole year probably I've started playing this game. It's amazing, so go play it. There's also a new free update coming to this game called the Whiteout Update. It's getting detailed. See, there's an right there. I need to stop those lulls in the conversation. Just let the air breathe, and then keep on talking. And it's hard to remember sometimes. So that is the struggle of doing a podcast. And I'm just calling it out here so I can keep recognizing it. So the Whiteout Update is patch version 1.7. This patch is upcoming, and there's just a few details. So they've told us to get ready for a frosty new stage, a new character, weapon, and more, coming to all platforms. So I imagine this will be out in the next couple weeks. We can get some new Vampire Survivors content, get a new level, and that's all you can ask for. It's been pretty amazing how much content they've been adding into this game in terms of levels and characters and things like that. And just it continues to be a great experience. So shout out to Mr. Ponko. You're doing wonderful things over there. And I'm going to keep playing your game because it's so much fun. All right, let me check in on this audio here on the podcast. All right, we're doing good. We're rolling. Just want to check that out. Try to slow it down, give you guys a little more insight. That's kind of the plan here. Need to be more relaxed doing this while I'm giving you all the best video game information in the world. So Vampire Survivors, we just finished talking about that. Really great game. Now let's talk about one more thing there. I bought some new accessories for my Nintendo Switch, and I want to bring those up on the show this week. I found that there's a company called Control Freak. It's Control with a K, like if you're doing Mortal Kombat. You can buy these items on Amazon. I got some grips, some thumbstick grip covers for my Pro controller, and so those just kind of click onto the sticks, and they adhere pretty well to those, and it's pretty amazing. Those were actually, they have like an apparatus that goes around the joystick, so it's not just like a rubber thing you're pulling over it. It's actually like a little bit of an attachment, and they're actually pretty cool. I think they do a good job of helping the Pro controller out on those joysticks. I like the form factor of the Joy controller, but I feel like the thumbsticks are a little bit short or smooth, so it helps having the grips on there. It's been really helpful. The box advertises that it gives you 26% better KD rating, so it's pretty funny it says that. I don't really know where they got that stat from, but I did play Splatoon on there. I did pretty well. I've mainly been playing just my normal games, so like Vampire Survivors and such, but really enjoying those. And then I also got a pack of Joy-Con thumbstick grip covers, and those are just plastic covers that you fold them inside out, and then just you pull them down over the grip covers, and it just adds like a rubbery grip to your Joy-Con thumbsticks. And I felt like that's been really helpful too with just being able to be a little more precise, and it combats the smoothness of the Joy-Con of the grips a little bit. And I think it's been a great addition to my Switch. And I have something else I'm going to talk about in the midsection that could be a good addition to a Switch as far as accessories go. So that's just a little teaser for the midsection. There's I haven't purchased this item yet, but it's definitely on my radar. I've just upgraded my Switch with these grip covers, so I'm kind of set there. But there's a new product out that I've been hearing about and want to tell you about. So that's coming up in the midsection as well. So just first though, I want to keep shouting out Control Freak. They're grips are working really well for my controllers, and I appreciate them, and they have cool colors, so it really just adds a nice element all around to your Nintendo Switch. So, maybe go check those out for yourself. So that was Vampire Survivors. I've been playing a good bit of that this week. I've been getting those hours up and loving it. Another game I've been dipping back into this week out of, I guess, kind of relaxation purposes. This game's very relaxing. I really love the world, and I love this game a lot, and it's Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, a game that came out in May 12th of this year. And it's probably still up there it's probably very high in contention for the Dep Lewis Show Game of the Year list for 2023. I want to definitely continue saying that. I've just been plodding along in this game, not making any kind of crazy progress. But I am up to 65 hours of playtime, so I've been playing a good bit of this. I've still been just trying to buy some outfits and find some armor, keep cooking and getting my money up, finding resources. And I've slowly started, one of these days recently, I just started doing some side quests. So I completed a horse side quest. I completed this lady's cart, and then I found a wild horse for her. She gave me some rupees. And then I finally finished the mayor election in Hatano Village, so I finally completed that quest, which I've been working on for a while, which has been really cool. I was pretty close to the end of that quest. I had to talk to like one person, I believe, and then I kept it moving forward. So I had a lot of fun there. I was able to get the hat from Cece in her shop, so very stylish. And then I also bought the Royal Guard uniform from her shop as well. It cost like 2,000 rupees, and it kind of wiped me out on my money, but it was worth it. And then on my clothes buying spree, I also went back and bought the third piece of the snow quill armor to complete my set. I did not have the pants, since you can find a pair of cold resistant pants early on and just rock those. But I wanted to complete the set, so I did that. And I've been playing around with some of the hues and the colors on these clothes. In Hatano Village, you can dye your clothes, or you can dye them and change them, or you can revert them back to the original form. So I've been messing with some of that, getting my stuff straight. I still think the chic armor is my favorite armor. I've dyed it all pink because it looks pretty cool, and it actually looks cool with Cece's hat. If you want to rock the two bottom pieces and then rock her hat, I think it's a pretty cool look as well. So this game is it's very fun in that way, and I've really been enjoying that aspect of it. So it's been really fun, and I've been pushing the side quests. I think that's kind of my mini objective as I go back to this, is maybe start completing a few of those, since I was able to do a few pretty quickly the other day. So maybe I'm closer to the end on some of these than I think. And I need to get my money back up. That would be nice, because I would like having the money to spend when I can see some cool stuff. And I do need to probably knock some shrines out at some point. I can't remember if I did a big shrine run at some point, but I was building shrines up to go attack, and I don't know how many I have. I know I found one yesterday, but I don't know what my backlog of available shrines is. So that's something else I need to start working towards to help build link up and give me some more health and some more stamina. But I've been loving this game. I really do think it's in, pretty top contention. Not one or two or three. It's going to be in one of those slots most likely for Game of the Year for me, and I'm loving this game a lot. So go play Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. It's really, really fun, and you probably already know that. Okay, another game I've been playing that's been a great surprise, because I really wasn't tracking it before it came out, and that is Sea of Stars. I'm over 3 hours of gameplay on this, and I've really been loving it. I'm playing it on the Switch. I've been playing it in handheld for the most part, and it's been great for that. Some of the standouts in this game for me are the combat and the music. I think those have been the most impressive and most fun. It's really fun anytime you get into a battle in this game. And then the music that changes from the battle to the open world to the different levels has been really interesting and memorable too. Some of the battle music's very memorable, and the first open world section's music is very memorable. And I've been getting to some new places, and I've been finding some new villages, and this game's just been really, really cool. I'm trying to see what notes I've written about it. The fighting new style of enemies as I go. There's new enemies popping up all the time, and they have different styles and things you can do to them, and you're always fighting multiple enemies, it feels like. And you have your group of your team as well, so it's a fun little battle. It's usually 3-on-3. All your characters can do some different things. I really like Zale. I love his his fireball he can shoot. I like his just regular damage. And then Valerie, her Moonerang, still continues to be my favorite weapon in this game. And then even Garl, I love his healing ability, and even he does some good physical damage. So, it's a good little team. They do some different things, and all the battle elements are pretty fun. And even pressing A when you go to make a hit for some extra damage, or pressing A to block when an incoming hit is coming in. All that kind of little timing stuff is fun. And the combat in this game is great, and I think all the RPG trappings around the edges of this and the world are really cool too. So Sea of Stars is definitely getting up there on my Game of the Year list, and I think you should go play it. I'm playing this game on easy mode or whatever. You can enable some relics that you find or pick up or start with, and I think you can get some more relics from what I understand. But the two I'm using, I've increased my health, and then I also have one that heals my team after battle. So that's really kind of helped my anxiousness and moving forward or being worried about what's coming up. I've been able just to kind of brute force my way through a little more because it gives you so much health, and regenerating your health after battle is really crucial too. So I think this is going to be the best way for me to continue with some progress in this game, and I really appreciate they have that in there as an option. So check those relics out. It's in the menu, just like where you can equip stuff and look at your items. There's a section for relics, and you equip those, and they can give you some some benefits to help you move along in the game, and I think that's really great. So this game has been very fun. Sea of Stars. It's on Game Pass. It's on all platforms. I believe it's $34, $34.99 for a regular copy, and I would highly recommend it. I think it's been really fun, and it's enjoyable, and it's relaxing, but the combat can be strategic, so I think it's balancing a whole lot of things really great, and I'm becoming a really big fan of this game, and I'll be keeping up with it and checking in with this developer and maybe learning some more about them and learning something about them is what I need to do as I continue forward. It's a really, really fun game, Sea of Stars. Okay, the last game is a surprise entry into what I've been playing section. It's a game I played before, but not a whole lot. But one of my friends said, hey, do you guys want to get back into the Fortnite? So great multiplayer game, great game to play with friends, especially if you don't live in the same area as them or have the same schedule to get together and play some games. So I was able to I re-downloaded Fortnite, and I played some 3-player games last night with some friends. We got 2 wins, and I felt like I was adding to the team, so that was fun. And the game looks great. I probably played this. We were probably playing this game a year ago for a little bit, and this game's added some new things. Even since I've been playing, obviously this game's adding new. Obviously, that was the word of the week last week. But Fortnite's always adding new stuff, so there's been some great new additions to this game. It looks beautiful. I'm playing on my Xbox Series X because I have my internet wired into that, and it just looks really good on the console. And that's where my friends are playing as well. So, but you can play Fortnite on any console. You can do cross-platform. My goal in this is to keep playing with my friends mainly, and I want to buy a skin at some point. There's nothing cool in the store. I've been checking most of this week for cool stuff. I really want to get like a licensed something. My friend has a Darth Vader, Iron Man. There's a cool Star Wars characters. You see Goku out there. There's all sorts of characters, and I really just want to nab one cool skin. There's Spider-Man, and I'm willing to drop the cash. And I don't know. I think we're gonna hopefully kind of keep this up. It's been very fun. I'm usually not one to get completely hooked on a multiplayer game, but dropping into Fortnite's one of the easiest experiences you can do. It's like one of the easiest things to match up with some friends and play, and it's a great game for talking and having some action, and then the action gets real heavy at the end. So I think it's just one of the better multiplayer experiences out there for real. I don't think you can really knock it in any way for that. The game looks great, the shooting feels good, and I love checking for the skin. So those are my notes on that. We got 2 wins. I want to shout that out again, and shout out to the Dep Lewis Show Fortnite crew out there doing some work out there in the street. So it's been a really great week for video games. I definitely see myself playing most of these games again in the upcoming week. I did play some Starfield as well. I haven't played enough of that to report back. I've still been playing with that a little bit. Might be falling off that train somewhat. And I've been back playing some Splatoon 3 this week too, the Game of the Year for Dep Lewis Show for 2022. And since I got those grip covers, I wanted to try out some multiplayer. So I paid for a month of Nintendo Switch Online just to see if I was still into the multiplayer, and yes, I am. And I had some early success jumping back in, and I don't know. I think I need to keep that active just so I can have the option to play Splatoon, because it's very relaxing as well and very fun. And the matches are short, and every time I play that game, I love it, and there's no reason I can't continue to keep playing it. So, that's what I'm here to tell you. So those have been the games I've been playing: Vampire Survivors, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Sea of Stars, Fortnite, and then many shouts out to the other games I was just talking about, to Starfield and Splatoon 3. Other games I've been playing a little bit of, but just I got to tell you the main story in these other games. So that was the plan. So that's going to wrap up the first section of this show. You're going to hear some wonderful music from friend of the show and friend of real life Ballness. Shout out to him. And shout out to all the other Dep Lewis Show friends and friends of the show and listeners. And we're going to take a quick break and then come back for the midsection. In the midsection, we're going to talk about what I've been seeing across the video game landscape. So I have some DLC to talk about. I have a trailer. I have a complete edition. I got some updates. I got some accessories. I got some retirements. I got some other news. And, you don't want to miss it. So, go take a quick break. Reheat your coffee. Go do something productive and then come back and listen to the Dep Lewis Show, the midsection, in just a few. Welcome back to the midsection of the best show you'll ever know, the Dep Lewis Show, episode 51. Thank you for returning to the show to hear all the best video game news of the last week. So let's get right into it. There's a good bit of stuff I want to tell you about. So the first thing that I guess has been out for a little over a week, but I missed the release, is Resident Evil 4 Remake has some DLC. It's titled Separate Ways. It released on September 21st, 2023 for $9.99, so I feel like that's a pretty good price. It requires Resident Evil 4 Remake base game, so just know that. And then the back of the box talk on this is the mission called for utmost secrecy. Failure was not an option. Before any U.S. agent had even set foot in that cursed village, she was there. Her mission? The retrieval of the cult's darkest secret, the Amber. Separate Ways is the missing link in the main story. It's a thrilling survival horror adventure starring Ada Wong. See the other side of the story from her eyes as her mission and fate intertwines with Leon Kennedy's a second time. So, I have not completed this game. I'm probably a third of the way through the remake. And, Ada, I guess, is in the game, and you can see some more of her story here and actually take control of her. I've been hearing good things about the DLC. This remake is, touted as one of the best remakes ever, and I definitely had a lot of fun while I was playing this. Could be something I get back to in the future, but it's pretty cool to see some nice DLC coming out. I feel like that's always a pretty good bonus to a game if you really like it, and if the DLC is quality, it's nice to see, those come out and be released. This seems like a pretty good price too. $9.99 seems like a pretty good deal, and it seems like it is very, a good addition to the game. So just wanted to bring that up. If you want to cop some DLC, want to have, some new additions to a game you've really been liking, go play the Resident Evil 4 Remake DLC titled Separate Ways. And I don't know if they're going to have some more DLC in the future, but, you never know, so I'll keep you updated. Okay, another game that I've been interested in since seeing the first trailer is called Sandland. So Sandland, like a desert kind of thing. There's been a new story trailer that came out around 2 minutes in length. And this is a action RPG developed by the creators of Dragon Ball and Dr. Slump, Akira Toriyama. The art style is really, really cool. I wrote it's the most striking part of this game. You can definitely see the Dragon Ball Z influence. This game is coming soon with no official release date, but this trailer, really cool trailer to show you kind of the style and the vibe of what's going on. And then the back of the box talk on this is 50 years ago, the hubris of humankind combined with natural disasters transformed the world into a desert. So hence the Sandland. Join the fiend prince, Beelzebub. So, what a name right there, Mr. Beelzebub. I think that is, has the ability to catch on and be pretty iconic there, Mr. Beelzebub, if this game's good. It's a really great name. Beelzebub, the Demon Thief, and Human Sheriff Rayo. So them both killing those names, both very good. I buy Rayo's, spaghetti to go boiling sometimes at the grocery store. So Rayo, shout out to them as they search for the legendary spring to restore water to Sandland. So this game, I don't know all the way what to expect with it. It's an action RPG, so I don't know what to expect in terms of length and side quests and characters and how the story and the writing's going to be, but definitely like the whole vibe of the world and the look of this is definitely interesting enough to give it some true interest. So, go check out Sandland. If you haven't seen it, I think the story and the art and the stuff like that, or the art and the looks will impress you, right off the bat. So, go check it out. It's very visually appealing, and hopefully the gameplay will be as well. So Sandland, go check it out. I'm definitely still tracking it. No official release date, but it seems like it's coming in, 2024, probably in the earlier part of 2024. I would say the first half would be my guess. Okay, something else that is coming out next year. It's coming out early 2024. You can put it on your wish list now, but there's no official date, is Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition. So getting a complete edition of Horizon Forbidden West, the game that came out, I believe, 2 years ago. This is coming to PS5 and PC, so it's getting supported on both platforms it's available on. And you can explore distant lands and brave new threats in the Forbidden West and the ruins of Los Angeles in this complete collection. So This is following the events of Horizon Zero Dawn. Machine Hunter Aloy races. This is the back of the box stuff about this game. Aloy races to save the planet's crumbling biosphere before vicious storms and a mysterious, unstoppable blight ravages the remnants of humanity. Her mission and the sinister secrets it uncovers will pit Aloy against the ever deadlier foes, taking her to the dangerous frontiers of the Forbidden West and the treacherous burning shores beyond. So this complete collection includes the base game Horizon Forbidden West, along with the Burning Shores DLC, plus more, like some art and some soundtracks, some in-game items, etc., etc. And this is coming early 2024, so I'm a big fan of a complete edition. I think it's cool to get all the content in one package, and you can't always keep up with the game releases, so if you missed this will be the perfect time to jump into Horizon Forbidden West and check for the complete edition early 2024. Okay, another beloved game by many and by myself is Stardew Valley. There is a new update coming soon. It's the 1.6 content update, and there's been a sneak peek so far. So I just want to put this on your radar. It's coming soon, but no release date yet. This is then, and included in this Stardew Valley update, there will be a new major festival, 2 new mini festivals, new late game content, which expands on each of the skill areas, new items and crafting recipes, JoJo alternatives to some of the end game quests, 100 plus new lines of dialogue, winter outfits for the villagers, new types of rewards for completing billboard requests, PC support for 8-player multiplayer, many small additions and adjustments, a new farm type, and new secrets and more. So really amazing. I know we're talking about these games being supported as they go, like Vampire Survivors earlier. Stardew Valley is another great example. Starts, I think it was just one developer at first, and then now they have a small team or even a bigger team, but pretty amazing. Pretty great to see these things get supported, get added onto, get more value added into the game, and just, really, really cool. It's amazing that these people are able to do this, and that's kind of why I'm here doing this show, to highlight these things and tell you about it. So Stardew Valley, go play that game and check out for the new content update coming soon. Alright, something else I talked about in the first section, since I talked about buying those control grip covers for my Nintendo Switch, I was watching Nintendo Voice Chat, one of my favorite podcasts that happens each week. Go check that out on IGN. They were bringing up that there's a new accessory that's really been, gaining some popularity, so they were, talking about it on the show. And it's called the Nitro Deck. So Nitro Deck for the Nintendo Switch, and you can go buy this right now. It is termed the professional handheld deck for Nintendo Switch and the OLED model. So, instead of being like, detachable Joy-Cons, this thing is like a U if you think about it. So, it's all one piece. You can slide your OLED or your normal Switch into it, and you can play handheld, and it's a grip to play handheld. And it's one of the best looking grips I've seen. It has a special type of Joy-Con, or a special type of thumbstick that I heard them talking about on the Nintendo Voice Chat. Is going to be, the type of joystick that you expect to see on every controller going forward in the future. It's supposed to not be able to drift, and the whole, just the whole way this looks, and this has a lot of potential, and I really am interested in buying one. And I'll just keep telling you some more about it. I'm just trying to decide which way to get into telling you about this, because I am pretty excited about this. It looks really cool. They have some cool different colors, and but let's hold on one second. So they've been the company here is CRKD, and just to tell you about them, they say they're not just a team of creators, they are passionately gamers. With decades of experience designing industry-leading gaming hardware and software, they've embarked on a mission to create premium, innovative, and collectible gear for gaming enthusiasts worldwide. So this makes me want to check out the Nitro Deck and more to see what else they've done. But the Nitro Deck for the Switch is what we're talking about. And they said they have passionately built the deck for comfort and speed with zero stick drift. Whether you're playing at home or on the go, casually or competitively, Nitro Deck delivers the responsiveness and precision you need to enjoy your favorite games comfortably for longer. So the regular colors for this are $59.99, and the limited edition colors that come with the actual case are $89.99. So I think that's what I would be looking at, because the limited edition colors are really cool. They have a GameCube color scheme, and they have a Super Nintendo color scheme, amongst some others. I think some of these are for purchase now, and some are for pre-order, so please go check out their website. Just type Nitro Deck for Switch on Google, and you can find it, or the company is CRKD, so I'm sure the website is some form of that, but looks really cool, looks like a great product. I think this might be the second time I've heard about it or seen it, and they really kind of went into it deeper on the Nintendo Voice Chat. And I actually just went to the website myself and was looking and reading about it, and I don't know. I just upgraded my Switch with some grips, and I don't know if I need this immediately, but I would like to have this. And if I purchase it, I'll definitely be giving it a review to you on the Dep Lewis Show. So go check out the Nitro Deck for Nintendo Switch. All right. So another one I need to quit. Saying all right when I move on, I think is something I do a lot too. So I'm just calling that out here so I can think of something else to say, or I actually probably just need to let the dead air breathe for a second and then move on. Getting to my next thought is probably the proper thing to do. So hey, I'm just talking through it. If you have any tips or advice or anything like that, or ways to improve, or things you pick out, DepLewisShow@gmail.com. I'm not trying to do any of these crazy things on purpose, besides just giving you a great show each week. So the next bit of news is a retirement. So Mr. Jim Ryan is retiring from Sony. You ever heard of Sony Interactive Entertainment? Pretty big company. Jim Ryan is retiring. He is the PlayStation boss. Jim Ryan is stepping down in March 2024 after almost 30 years with the company. He took over as CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, SIE, in February 2019, having joined Sony a few months before the launch of the PlayStation in 1994. So Jim said, after 30 years, I made the decision to retire from SIE in March 2024. I relished the opportunity to have a job I love in a very special company, working with great people and incredible partners, but I found it increasingly difficult to reconcile living in Europe and working in North America. So this guy's had a long career. He's been very successful, so it's not shocking that the travel has been weighing on him, because he's probably thinking, why am I doing this? And just a good note to see there, pretty high profile retirement, and a big video game company. So definitely something important for me to follow on the show. I believe there's someone, the COO is taking over in the interim or something, and then they're going to look for the successor. So there is not a successor or next person picked yet to take over his position. But I'll definitely keep you updated on that news. I think it's good for me to know a little bit about these things, and it's probably a good thing for me to know a lot about these things, since I'm trying to execute a video game show each week. So Jim Ryan did a lot of great things. I'm sure he's the top dog. So you'd sometimes say everything underneath falls upon him, and a lot of great games came out. PlayStation's wonderful, and shout out to you. Hope you have a good retirement, Mr. Jim Ryan, and way to go. Way to go is all I gotta say. So a little bit of a sadder note, since that was a retirement that was on his own choice. It seems like this is a layoff season, and a lot of corporations, a lot of jobs, a lot of layoffs you're hearing about and rumors. So just want to talk about that for a second. Epic Game had some layoffs last week. Apparently they're laying off about 16% of their workforce. It's hard to see these when these companies are so successful. It's hard to see the workers getting cut just to most of the time help out the executive level, or the just keep the stock price up there. But it's kind of the way these things work. Corporations go through these cycles of laying people off, and it's just a brutal thing. It's never good. So shout out to everyone affected, everyone who lost their job at Epic Games, and other companies as well. I think I've just been hearing those across the industry and in other industries as well. So it's kind of attacking everybody. It's just a bad look, but it shows how these corporations work. And hopefully everyone lands on their feet and finds a job. And just best of luck. I just want to highlight that. It's not fun. Epic Games is responsible for a lot of games that a lot of people play, and it's just sad. That's all I gotta say. Sad. Shout out to those people, and just beware of those things. All I want to say. These some big corporations making these games. If you really were impacted, you can choose to spend your money. Is probably the best thing you can do. If you're not a fan, you can choose to spend your money elsewhere. I think that's the biggest thing to talk to these companies, and so that's gives a little bit of the choice we have, but not too much choice. We just have to kind of observe and see what we can see from this standpoint. But Epic, big company, laying a lot of people off. Sad day. All right, there's my move on again. But I guess you tend, when you're doing this, to go into habits. This is me just talking about doing a podcast of like me saying all right is how I know I can get into the next section, but it's just kind of a habit that you fall on, that unless you recognize it, and you can't change it up. So I do listen back to these shows. It's a little bit painful to do, because it's not fun listening to yourself necessarily, but and you hear yourself do some dumb things sometimes, or say some dumb things. But I really truly am trying to improve at this. So thank you for listening to going on this journey with me. So the last thing I want to talk about in this midsection about the video game landscape is just the quick hitters since it's October 1st today, and if you're listening in real time, I want you to be prepared for the month of October 2023 for the game releases. So, there's many more games than this coming out. These are the ones that I would have a heightened amount of interest in and possibly purchase some of these. And if you want to look at a great calendar each year for video games, Game Informer has a great one. Just type in Game Informer video game release calendar for 2023 or the year you want to look at, and they have a very comprehensive calendar there that's helpful, and they update it, based on these dates that move around and things like that, and announcements. So, shout out to them as well. So for October 2023, this will be real quick. On October 5th is Assassin's Creed Mirage. October 6th is Detective Pikachu Returns. October 10th is Forza Motorsport. October 17th is Sonic Superstars. October 20th is Marvel's Spider-Man 2. October 20th is also Super Mario Bros. Wonder. October 24th is Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. October 26th is Dave the Diver releases on Nintendo Switch. And then October 27th, 2023 is Alan Wake 2, and I've been hearing great things about that. So the ones I know I'll probably play on here for sure would be Forza Motorsport, since that's on Game Pass, so I have no reason not to try that. And I'm definitely going to purchase Super Mario Bros. Wonder on October 20th. I would like to play Marvel Spider-Man 2 probably, and I think I'm going to purchase Dave the Diver. And then Alan Wake 2 I've been hearing incredible things about. I'm a pretty big Alan Wake 1 fan, so I was kind of waiting to hear about this game. And all the pre-talk about it's been pretty exceptional and outstanding, so that seems like it might exceed expectations, so that's an exciting thing. So I may need to try to think about that. So a lot of good options for October. November has some games still coming out, and then December's a little bit shy. And I think, once we get into January and February next year, I think especially February, the games are really rolling again. So there's not really going to be any breaks, and it's been a great year for video games, and, I'm going to look forward to ranking those at the end of the year. You're going to get the best top 10 or how many ever games I want to rank. The best list in the whole world and the whole industry is the Dep Lewis Show, and this will be the second year in a row that you can follow along. So, get prepared for that coming up to the end of the year or the beginning of 2024. So that is going to wrap up the midsection of this show. We smoked all our mid. So thank you for listening to all that wonderful news and information of the last week of the video game world. So we talked about Resident Evil 4 has their new DLC, Separate Ways. You can go get that now. Sandland has a new story trailer. Horizon Forbidden West has a complete edition coming in early 2024. Stardew Valley has a free update coming soon. The Nitro Deck for Switch is available now and looks like a really cool accessory, something I might want to buy. Jim Ryan is retiring from Sony, so shout out to him. Epic Games has been laying off some employees, and some other companies have been as well. So just keep that on the brain and in your hearts. And if you work at some corporation, keep that in mind. It could happen to anybody. And then October is slated for a whole bunch of great video games coming out, mainly highlighted by Super Mario Bros. Wonder for me on October 20th, and a whole bunch of other games. So just thank you for listening to this midsection. That's going to wrap it up. We're going to come back for one more section, the miscellaneous talk section of the show. I have a little bit of sports to talk to you about there, and then we're going to get you out for another great episode of the Dep Lewis Show. So thank you as always for listening, and come back to the miscellaneous talk section in just a few. Welcome back to the final section of the best show you'll ever know, the Dep Lewis Show, episode 51. And this is the miscellaneous talk section where I can talk about anything I want to outside the video game world. And today I just have some quick sports talk / thoughts for you. So that's what we're going to do. So the official NFL team of the Dep Lewis Show, the Carolina Panthers. Last week they played the Seattle Seahawks and they lost. Another loss, 0-3, womp womp. Andy Dalton was starting. He threw over 50 times. The defense played pretty good up to a point. Andy Dalton, the offense had a little more production. We're sort of in the game for a little bit, but ultimately lost. And 0-3 is not the result that the Panthers want, not the result the Panthers need. Sad not to see Bryce Young starting, but apparently he's going to be starting today. If you're listening in real time, the Panthers play the Vikings at home at Bank of America Stadium. I'm possibly thinking about going to this game. I'm recording this podcast and then going to check the tickets out one more time. So if I go to the game, I'll be able to report back to you on that. But either way, I'm going to be watching the game. I think the Vikings could be a tough opponent. Both of these teams are 0-3, so they're both a couple Owens right now. And one of them's going to leave not being an Owen, and one's going to leave being an Owen still. So that's pretty sad. So Panthers need to get it together. I don't know. My hopes are kind of shot on this. Last week was my turn on. I don't know if they should extend Brian Burns. just based on their franchise's situation. I don't think it's not any knock on Burns. I would love him to get paid. I just don't know if the Panthers are the team that should be doing so. It's like, I don't know. It's like not solving their issue necessarily. They got a lot of issues, so they might need to spread that money around possibly. But Bryce Young's back starting this week, so that's interesting, and hopefully they can do something. They need to show some flashes on offense. I mean, this offense has been boring. It hasn't really been scoring. They really need to come out and be scoring some points. So I think they need to really be pressing. I don't think they can really be waiting or chilling or taking it easy or feeling things out. I really think they need to be taking some chances, and that would be my take, as a lowly, person who does a video game podcast that also talks about sports each week. But, hopefully the Panthers can get it together today against the Vikings. Possibly I'll be there in attendance rooting them on, so maybe that'll inspire them to win. And next week the Panthers are playing the Lions in Detroit, and it's at 1 p.m. So I'll just keep you updated on all the Panthers news always, and, go Panthers either way. Ultimately, I do want them to win, and I'm a fan, and that's what it's going to be. Another team I'm a fan of, the official team of the Dep Lewis Show, is the Atlanta Braves. And there's only one game left in the regular season if you're listening real time. They play today against the Nats at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Eastern, and then the season is over, and the Braves are waiting on the postseason. So, since last week, there was a doubleheader on last Sunday. The Braves won one, lost one. And then just to go over this week, the Braves beat the Cubs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so swept the little baby Bears over there in Atlanta. And then they lost to the Nats Friday, but they won Saturday. And then, the final game of the season for the Braves is today against the Nats. So shout out to the Bravos. I love you, Bravos. They've been setting all sorts of records. Ronald's going to get the MVP. This team is phenomenal. Ronald's stolen bases, Matt Olson's home runs, Spencer Strider's strikeouts. Just the whole season's really going great. They should have a great chance at the World Series run. Can't wait to watch it. And, congrats to the Braves. So their first postseason game will be Saturday, October 7th, 2023, the NLDS. And, my guess is going to be against the Phillies. Some teams are still jockeying for position, but, the Phillies are coming in real strong and real hot, and they are going to be down in our area of the bracket. So very dangerous, but, I got full faith in the Braves, and I want Ronald Acuna to win the MVP and then win the MVP of the World Series. So that's going to be my new hope that I'm going to keep predicting on this show each week until it happens. Ronald Acuna, MVP of the league and the World Series this year. Go, Bravos, go. Best team in the land, in the universe, in the galaxy, in any timeline, any hemisphere, stratosphere, anything you want to talk about, best team around. So go watch the Braves and go cheer for them and support them and buy their gear and, just do everything you can for them. Go Braves. And also do everything you can for this Dep Lewis Show, because this is the end of this one. So episode 51. Hope you enjoyed this show. Had the 3 sections as always. Tell you about some video games I'm playing, tell you about some video games I'm seeing, and tell you about some other things I'm interested in. And that's what I'll be back doing next week. So just thank you as always for listening to this show. You really are the best listener. I can't believe that people listen to this, and I hope you do get some useful information and insight, and maybe just a nice little break. I love listening to podcasts, so it's going to be cool if people want to listen to this one as well. So just thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. Please follow the Dep Lewis Show everywhere. Let me do some of my reiterating of what I want to tell you things to do. Please follow Dep Lewis Show everywhere. Like, subscribe, rate, comment, review, turn on notifications, tell a friend. Email any questions or feedback to DepLewisShow@gmail.com. Full episodes of Dep Lewis Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, YouTube, Patreon, and more on my Bus Route page. Clips are on YouTube and TikTok. Twitch.tv/DepLewisShow is a great place to follow. And then Patreon.com/DepLewisShow is the best place to support if you're able to. There's $1 a month for the ground floor tier. This is a general support tier for the show. You also get ad-free versions of any video content or anything posted on there, which is a nice perk as well for using Patreon. And this is for the first 100 subscribers only, and the price will never change for them. And you will have access to all Dep Lewis Show Patreon content always. So think of that as an investment for your entertainment future. My plan for after hitting 100 is to have another, normal price tier for, a general support tier, and then you also get ad-free versions. But once I hit the 100 on this first, the first ground floor, once I get 100 people, I will start adding some new content to Patreon each week, some exclusive content for the ground floor tier and the tier up, the normal subscription tier. So, ground floor tier will be getting a deal at that point. And then normal price tier will also be getting some additional content as well. So that's going to be the incentive to get some people to subscribe, and that's going to be an incentive for me to form a plan of something to create extra for when, that support is there. So that's the plan. Other than that, I'm going to be doing this show every week, so come back every week to listen for the best video game thoughts and news, some other miscellaneous thoughts as well. And so the Dep Lewis Show is always going to be here for you, telling you about the video games, and hopefully just keep growing, keep rolling, and keep getting better. And thank you for being here with me on that journey across the podcast world. So thank you as always for listening. This has been episode 51. I'm going to come back next week for episode 52. It's going to be the official first year in the books for the Dep Lewis Show, and I can't wait. I need to probably think about some exciting little things to do on next week's show. I'm going to have fun planning that, and just thank you for being the best listener. I hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you get rich. Hope you have fun. I hope you have time off work. I hope you play some games. I hope you eat something good. I hope you learn something new. Hope you see somebody you like. Hope you fall in love, and I hope you have a great time and come back and listen to this show. So thank you as always. Dep Lewis Show episode 51 out, and come back next week for episode 52, and I will see you then. Bye.